in this record, I'm going to discuss everything that's related to straight line graph. So I want you to bear in mind the following formulas when we're talking about straight lines. So first of all, y is equal to mx plus c. This is the general form of any straight line or of any linear equation, where m is the gradient. So m is the gradient of the line, which is the coefficient of x, and c is the y-intercept. Or we can say, instead of writing it this way, we can say C give us the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is always equal to 0, C. Okay. And one more thing that we need to know about m equals the difference of y over the difference of x. Okay. One more thing that I want you to know from the rules, which is the midpoint of a line equals to, you open two brackets as x and y, so average of x and average of y, which means x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. And one more thing, the length of the line between 2 points, you put L is equal to, so this is L is equal to square root of inside brackets plus to the power of 2 inside brackets, and here it's going to be x1 minus x2, and here y1 minus y2. Another fact that you need to bear in mind, parallel lines have the same gradient, while perpendicular lines have a reciprocal gradient with an opposite sign. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 facts that we are going to work on today in this worksheet, and I'm going to explain them further. We said, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 facts that we are going to rely on in answering the following worksheet. Okay, let's start together, and every single time I answer a question, I'm going to refer to these facts so that you can always memorize them and have them as a reference in answering any question that is related to straight line graphs. And as usual, I'm going to start with the odd questions. So here, straight line, the points 1,8 and 0,6 lie on the straight line. Work out the gradient. So I'm going to use this fact. N is equals difference of y over difference of x. So they're asking for the gradient, fraction line, difference of y over difference of x. Let's do that. So the y is 8 and 6. So fraction, it will be 8. Difference, it means subtraction. 8 minus 6. And the x's are 1 and 0. So it's 1 minus 0. And 8 minus 6, the answer is 2 over 1. So the gradient is equal to 2. Work out the equation of the straight line, giving your answer in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So now we know the gradient, okay? So m is equal to 2 and the point 0, 6, as you can see here, 0, 6, we must always remember that this represents the y-intercept. Accordingly, if I know m and I know the y-intercept, then c is equal to 6. So the equation of the line equals to mx plus c, so 2x plus 6, and that is the gradient of the line. Sorry, the equation of the line. Let's move to the next question. So the points 2 and -8, 4 and -2 are on this straight line. Work out the equation of the line, and they want you to write it in this form. So let's start with this. We're going to find m by finding the difference of y over difference of x. So m is equal fraction line minus 8 minus -2 over 2 minus 4. So it will be minus 8 plus 2 over -2, and it will be -6 over -2. So m is equal to 3. So we found m. And after we find m, I can't see any of the points represents the y-intercept, right? So what are we going to do? So we're going to say y equals to m is 3, so it's 3x plus c. And they mentioned that the 2 points, the given 2 points are on this line. So this is the equation of the line. Okay, we need to find c. So I can use any of the 2 points. So here I'm going to say or. So I'm going to take the first point, 2 and -8. And the second point, which is 4 and -2. So any point in the coordinate plane, the first point represents the x and the second point represents the y. So 4 is the x here and -2 is the y. We're going to substitute the values of y and x in that equation. So y is -8 equals to 3 times 2 plus c. And here y is -2 equals to 3 times 4 plus c. -8 equals to 6 plus c, and apply opposite operations. So -6 here and -6 here. It will be -8 minus 6 minus 14 is equal to c, because 6 and 6 are going to cancel each other. And here it will be -2, 3 times 4 is 12 plus c. We're going to apply opposite operations, -12 minus 12. So it will be -2 minus 12 is -14 equals to c, because 12 and -12 are going to cancel each other. So now we found c. We can write y equals to 3x plus -14. So y equals to 3x minus 14. And that's how we find the equation of the line if 2 points are given on this line. Okay, next question. So we're going to number 5. Okay. Sorry, here I think there is one part, y is equal to 3x minus 14, but they want us to write it. So here, y equals to 3x minus 14. Y equals to 3x minus 14. Let's bring them all to one side. Y minus 3x plus 14 equals to 0, right? So let me just, so that you can understand. So I'm going to keep the equal underneath the equal. I'm going to keep the y on the left side. If I bring the 3x to the other side, it will be minus 3x. And if I bring the minus 14 to the other side, it will be plus 14. And this side will become a 0, okay? So let's just reorganize it. So it will be minus 3x plus y plus c is equal to 0. So now it is written as per the form that they're asking for in the question. Accordingly, a is equal to negative 3, which is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, which is 1, and c is equal to c. So that's the answer. Okay. Now let's go to the next question, which is number 5 here. The equation of a straight line can be written as 3x plus 2y minus 8. Rearrange the equation to make y the subject. So remember, the equation of a straight line is y equals to mx plus c. So we always need to make sure that every single equation is written as per the general form. So 3x plus 2y minus 8 equals to 0. So what we're going to do, we're going to transfer the 3x to the other side and the negative 8 to the other side. So 2y is gonna stay on this side equals to, when we transfer the 3x to the other side of the equal, it will become minus 3x. And when we transfer the negative 8 to the other side of the equal, it will become plus 8. And then we're going to divide each side or each term by 2. So 2y over 2 is equal to minus 3 over 2x plus 8 over 2. So y is equal to minus 3 over 2x plus 4. Accordingly, the equation here, it will be minus 3 over 2x plus 4. M is the coefficient of x, which is negative 3 over 2, and c is equal to 4. So the Y-Intercept is equal to 0, c, which is 0, 4. Okay, write down the gradient. We already answered this. So m is equal to negative 3 over 2. We wrote the equation of the line here. And then write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis, which means, so where the line crosses the y-axis, in other words, it's the Y-Intercept, which we found up there as 0, 4, and we explained why in details. Okay, let's move to next. So we have here the equation of the line in the diagram. So this line L, the equation for this line, the address of this is minus x plus 5. We can write it this way, right? The line cuts the y-axis at P. So this is P. So immediately, before I even look at the diagram, the equation of the line is the equation of the line as it is given in the question, y is equal to 5 minus x. Let's rearrange it so that it matches the general form, which is mx plus c. So it will be minus x plus 5. Accordingly, m is equal to -1, which is the gradient. C is equal to 5, and the y-intercept is equal to 0, c, which is 0,5. Write the coordinate of P. P represents the y-intercept, so the coordinates is 0,5. And write the gradient of the line. The gradient of the line is m is equal to -1, which is the coefficient of x. Okay, next. Write down the coordinate of the y-intercept of this line. So they gave us the equation of the line. Y equals to 6x plus 12. It's perfect because it is written as pair y is equal to mx plus c. So here m is equal to 6, c is equal to 12. The y-intercept is equal to 0, c, so it's 0, 12. Okay, now let's answer the questions. Write down the coordinates of the y-intercept, so it's 0, 12. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line cuts the x-axis. To find the x-intercept, you must substitute y as 0. So y is equal to 0. So we're going to say if y is equal to 0, then the equation is y equals to 6x plus 12. You're going to substitute y as 0 equals to 6x plus 12. Solve for x. So you're going to say minus 12 minus 12. Line 0 minus 12, it's minus 12 equals to 6x, because the 12 and -12 are going to cancel each other. And then you're going to divide each side by 6. So -12 over 6 is equal to x. So x is equal to -2. So the x-intercept equals to y is 0. So y is 0, so the x-intercept is -2, 0. So the coordinates of the x-intercept is -2, 0. Next. Okay, we should have solved number 9, sorry, because I'm going through the pages. So I'm going to solve the odd pages. A straight line passes through 2 points with coordinates 6, 8 and 0, 5. Work out the equation of the line. So we have 2 points, so 6, 8 and 0, 5, and they want us to find the equation of the line. First of all, I'm going to start with m. Remember, any straight line has an equation of mx plus c. So here we're going to use difference of y over difference of x. So 8 minus 5 over 6 minus 0. So 8 minus 5 is 3 and 6 minus 0 is 6. So the gradient is equal to half. So the first part of the equation, y equals half of x plus c. How am I going to find C? Like I explained earlier, we have 2 points on the line and we found part of the equation, which is 1 over 2x plus C, and we have 2 points on this line. The first point is 6,8 and 0,5. So let's substitute the x and y in the equation. So y here is 8 is equal to half, x is 6, so half times 6 plus c. And let's simplify, so it will be 8 is equal to 3 plus c, minus 3 minus 3, so c is equal to 5. Let's do the exact same thing here. Hon, it will be or. You don't need to do both, okay? So y is 5 and x is 0. So half times 0 plus c. 5 equals to 0 plus c, and c is equal to 5. So we found c using both methods as the exact same. So the final answer here is y equals to half of x plus 5. And that's how we find the equation of the line when I know 2 points on that line. Okay, so we finished. Now we're going to page 11. Okay, the points A and B lie on a straight line. Calculate the length of AB. Remember, one of the formulas, L is equal to, you should memorize it, square root bracket squared plus another bracket squared, and here difference of x, so x1 minus x2 and y1 minus y2. Sorry, y2. How do we substitute this? The 2 points are 1 and 8 and 2 and 6. So the x's and the y's. So L equals to square root. All of this is under the square root. So the x's, is 1 minus 2, and here the y's is 8 minus 6. Okay, L equals to square root sorry for the interruption. So here it will be 1 minus 2 to the power of 2, which is minus 1 to the power of 2, plus 8 minus 6, which is 2 to the power of 2. So L equals to square root 1 minus 1 to the power of 2, it will be 1, plus 2 to the power of 2 is 4. So L equals to square root of 5. Find the midpoint. Another rule that we always need to remember. So we're talking about the 2 points which are given in the question, 1 and 8 and 2 and 6. Okay? We're going to use the rule of the midpoint. So midpoint equals to, you open a big bracket with a big comma in the middle, average of x, so x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. Open the 2 brackets with a big comma in the middle. So the x's 1 plus 2 over 2, and then the y's, so 8 plus 6 over 2. And equals to, open the big bracket with a big comma in the middle. So 1 plus 2 over 2, it's 3 over 2. And 8 plus 6 is 14 over 2. So the midpoint is 1.5, 7. So here it's 1.5, 7. Okay, now we're moving to page 13. Yeah, this is page 13. The points C and D are on a straight line. Calculate the distance between C and D. So the distance or the length, square root of, we open two brackets, add, so square root, bracket to the power of 2 plus another bracket to the power of 2. Here difference of x and here difference of y. So 6, negative 4 is the first point and negative 4, 2 is the second point. So D or L square root squared plus bracket squared. So the x is 6 and negative 4. So we will say here 6 minus 4. And the y's minus 4 minus 2. Minus 4 minus 2. So D equals to square root of 6 minus 4, it's 10 to the power of 2 plus minus 4 minus 2, it's minus 6 to the power of 2. So D equals to 100 plus 36. So D equals to square root of 136. Midpoint of CD. So the midpoint, so you have 2 points. Let's write them again. So 6, negative 4. And the other point is negative 4 and 2. So negative 4, 2. And we want to find the midpoint using the rule. These rules, you should memorize them. So you open two brackets with a comma in the middle. Average of x, so x1 plus x2 over 2. And average of y, so y1 plus y2 over 2. So the midpoint equals to, you open the two brackets, over 2 over 2. So the x's is 6 and negative 4. So 6 plus negative 4. And then the y's is negative 4 and 2. So negative 4 plus 2. So the midpoint equals to, you open the two brackets, and 6 plus minus 4, which means 6 minus 4, it will be 2 over 2. And minus 4 plus 2, it's minus 2 over 2. So the midpoint equals to 2 over 2 is 1 and negative 2 over, it's negative 1. So the answer here is 1 and negative 1. Okay, so let's move to page 15. This is page 15. So find the length of the line that joining the points A. So the length of the line or the distance, the length, or so we have 2 points, negative, sorry. So we have negative, okay. So we have here negative 2 and 10, and the other point negative 8 and 2. So the distance or the length of the line, it's the same. So square root bracket to the power of 2 plus another bracket to the power of 2, subtract, difference of x, so x1 minus x2, and y1 minus y2. So d equals 2, let's substitute now. Okay, so brackets to the power of 2 plus another bracket to the power of 2. So the x's is -2 and -8. So we're going to say here -2 minus -8. And the y's 10 and 2. So it will be 10 minus 2. D equals to square root. So -2 minus -8, it means -2 plus 8, which comes down to 6 to the power of 2, plus 10 minus 2 is 8 to the power of 2. So D equals to square root of 36 plus 64. D equals to square root 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100. So the length of the line is 10. So it's 10. Okay. Next. The coordinates, we have to move to page 17. Yes. Write down the equation of the line. Y is equal to 3x minus 2. That is parallel. So if we take the first line, which is y equals to 3x minus 2, n is equal to 3, c is equal to -2, the y-intercept equals to 0, -2. Write down the equation of a line that's parallel to this line and it's passing through. Okay, so the parallel line, y equals to mx plus c. Parallel lines have the exact same gradient. Accordingly, m for this line is 3. So we know half of the equation now. It's 3x plus c. Okay, now we can use this point, which is 0, 4, to find c. We're going to substitute y as 4 and c as 0. So 4 equals to 3 times c, which is 0, plus c. And if you apply opposite operations here, so c is going to be equal to 4. So c equals to 4. Write down the equation of a line parallel to and pass through the origin point. So the origin point, it's 0, 0. So it's parallel line. So y equals to 6x plus 4. The m for this line is 6. The c for this line is 4. And the y-intercept for this line is 0, c, which is 0, 4. We want to find the equation that is parallel to it. So any straight line has an equation of y is equal to mx plus c. M for parallel lines is the exact same. So m for this line is 6. So I know now half of the equation, y equals to 6x plus c. And since the line is passing through the origin, which is 0, 0, then I'm going to subtract y as 0 equals to 6 times x, which is a 0 as well, plus c. Accordingly, c is equal to 0. So if c is equal to 0, then I can write the equation as 6x plus 0. So y equals to 6x. So the answer here, y equals to 6x. Next, write down the equation of a line that is parallel to and it's passing. So we have a line which is y equals, we have the equation of the line which is y plus 2x is equal to 10. We have to always write it as y equals to mx plus c. So minus 2x minus 2x, y equals to 10 minus 2x, because the two x's are going to be cancelled. We're going to rearrange it so that it matches mx plus c minus 2x plus 10. Accordingly, m for this line is negative 2, which is the coefficient of x. C is equal to 10, and the y-intercept equals to 0, c, which is 0, 10. Accordingly, I'm trying to find a line. The equation for it is mx plus c, and since it is parallel to this line, then parallel lines have the exact same gradient, so m is equal to negative 2. So I know now half of the equation, which is minus 2x plus c, and since it's passing through 0, negative 5, so I'm going to substitute y as negative 5 and x as 0. Accordingly, negative 5 is equal to c. So the equation of this line is y equals to negative 2x plus minus 5, which is minus 2x minus 5. Okay, so now let's move to page 19. Page 19, perfect. Write down the equation of the line that is parallel to negative y is equal to negative 5x and is passing through 0, 4. So the first line, which is negative 5x plus 2, m for this line is negative 5, c for this line is 2, the y-intercept is 0, c, which is 0, 2. The line that I'm trying to find, and it is parallel to this line, I will write it as mx plus c. And parallel lines have the exact same gradient, so the gradient of this line is negative 5. Yeah, I can write half of the equation now. So m is negative 5x plus c. Since the line is passing through 0, 4, so I'm going to substitute y as 4 and c as 0. So c will come down to 4. So the equation of the line is negative 5x plus c, which is 4. Write down the equation of the line that is perpendicular. So this one is parallel, that is perpendicular to the line. So the first line that is given to me in the question, y equals to 3x plus 5. m is equal to 3, c is equal to 5, and the y-intercept is equal to 0, c, which is 0, 5. Let's go now to the perpendicular line. So I'm going to write the equation as mx plus c. And the perpendicular lines, they do not have the exact same gradient. M is equal, it's reciprocal. So instead of 3 over 1, it will be 1 over 3. And it's positive here, so it's going to be negative for the perpendicular line. And So now I know half of the equation, which is negative 1 over 3x plus c. And since this line is passing through 0, 2, then we're going to substitute y as 2 and negative 1 over 3 times 0, because x is equal to 0, plus c. So c is equal to 2. So the equation of the line is negative 1 over 3x plus c, which is 2. Okay. Write down the equation of the line that is perpendicular to and it's passing. So again, perpendicular. So the given line is y is equal to 2x minus 7. M for this line is 2. C is equal to negative 7. The y-intercept is equal to 0, c. So it's 0, negative 7. Let's go to the perpendicular line. So it's unknown. So I will write it as y equals to mx plus c. Based on the given information, it's perpendicular to this line, and perpendicular lines do not have the exact same gradient. It's reciprocal. So instead of 2, it will be 1 over 2. And the opposite sign of this line, so it will be, or of this gradient, so it will be negative 1 over 2. So I know half of the equation now, it's negative 1 over 2x plus c. Since the line is passing through 1, 5, so I can substitute y as 5 equals to negative 1 over 2 times x, which is 1, plus c. And here it will be now plus 1 over 2 and plus 1 over 2. So 5 plus 1 over 2, it will be 5.5 is equal to c. So the equation of the line is y equals to negative 1 over 2x plus, so if we say 5, if I want to leave it as a fraction, 5 plus 1 over 2, the answer will be plus 11 over 2, which is the c. So c is 5.5, or so c is equal to 5.5, or c is equal to 11 over 2. Okay. Number D, write down the equation of the line that is perpendicular to. So the given line is 1 over 4x minus 7. So M for this line is 1 over 4. C for this line is negative 7. The y-intercept for this line is 0, c. So 0, negative 7. The perpendicular line is unknown, so I'm going to give it an equation of y is equal to mx plus c. How can we find the gradient of the perpendicular line? So the gradient of perpendicular lines is not equal, but it is reciprocal. So instead of 1 over 4, it will be 4. And this gradient is positive, so this one is negative. So I know half of the equation now, minus 4x plus c. Since this line is passing through 0, negative 4, so we're going to substitute y as negative 4 and x as 0. So c is equal to negative 4. So we know now the equation of the line, which is negative 4x plus minus 4. In other words, y is equal to negative 4x minus 4. Okay, let's go to part E. Write down the equation of a line that is perpendicular to y. So the given line is y equals to 1 over 2x plus 2. What is the gradient of this line? It's the coefficient of x, so it's 1 over 2. What is c? So it's 2. What is the y-intercept? It's 0, c, so it's 0, 2. Now the perpendicular line is unknown, so I'm going to give it an equation of y is equal to mx plus c. The gradient of a perpendicular line is reciprocal, so instead of 1 over 2 it will be 2, and the opposite sign minus 2. So I know now half of the equation, so it's y equals to minus 2x plus c. Since the line is passing through the origin, which is 0, 0, so it's passing through the origin, so we're going to substitute y as 0 and x as 0. So c is equal to 0. Accordingly, the equation of the line is negative 2x plus 0, and it will be just y is equal to negative 2x. So y is equal to negative 2x. Okay. So we did page 20. We weren't supposed to do that. Now we're going to page 21. The equation of line L. So we have y is equal to 4x minus 3. What is m for this line? It's 4. What is c? Negative 3. What is the y-intercept? It's 0, c, 0, negative 3. Okay. Write down the coordinates of the point where line crosses the y-axis. So we know that it is 0, negative 3. The gradient of line L, so m is equal to 4. We already answered this and we explained why. The equation of a line that is parallel to L and it's passing. So I'm going to answer this question here. So parallel line is unknown. I'm going to give it the equation of y is equal to mx plus c. Parallel lines have the exact same gradient, so m is equal to 4. So I know half of the equation now. Y is equal to m, which is 4x plus c, and it's passing through the origin 0, 0. So if this line is passing through 0, 0, we're going to substitute y as 0 and x as 0. Accordingly, c is going to be equal to 0. So we know the fill equation of this parallel line, which is 4x plus 0. So y is equal to 4x. So the answer here is y equals to 4x. Okay, so page 21, we're going now to page 23. Here, page 23. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line joining. So we have 2 points, negative 8 and 3. And the second point is negative 2, negative 3. So the midpoint, we're going to use the rule. So we have 2 brackets, a big comma in the middle, fraction over 2 over 2, x1 plus x2, and y1 plus y2. Let's substitute in this midpoint. So bracket, comma, over 2 over 2, and the x's are minus 8 plus minus 2, and the y's are 3 and negative 3, so it will be 3 plus negative 3. So MP is equal to minus 8 plus minus 2, it means minus 8 minus 2, which is minus 10 over 2. 3 plus minus 3, it means 3 minus 3, which is 0 over 2. So the midpoint is equal to minus 5 and 0. So it's minus 5 and 0. The line y is equal to 4x plus c is passing through 2 and 6. So we have this line 4x. So y is equal to 4x plus c, and it's passing through 2 and 6. So we're going to substitute y as 6 equals 2 and x is 2. So 4 times 2 plus c. So I'm afraid that I have to finish this record until here. Please do watch this record as many times as you need to until you nail the concept of straight lines or the graph of straight lines. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next record. Thanks.